higher than that peak. And we could say Chainlink will continue. But it's a healthy chart. It's got a really healthy chart. And it's, yeah, I think it's going to keep continuing. I think this is a really great time to buy Chainlink, actually, right now. I'm going to say it again. So, yeah. Bitcoin, what's Bitcoin doing? 8107. Come on, baby. Let's see, 8116. See if it can stay above 8100. Maybe get a close above 8500, you know, maybe by tonight or tomorrow. And that would be really strong. Yeah. So, Kevin, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. It means the world to me. Probably going to have to delete this stream now because once I'm done with it, no one's going to want to listen to it when it's all messed up like that. Maybe I can edit out the beginning and we can start fresh. Yeah. But usually I can hear my own stream. So, like, I set things up at the beginning and then, but this morning I couldn't hear it. So I couldn't tell what was playing and what wasn't. All I could see was levels. There was a lot of levels flying all over the place. I did realize I had two inputs for the same mic, and it was bringing in a dual input system, and that was creating a... Anyways. Ukraine releases new draft bill on crypto taxation. Earlier this month, the cryptocurrency exchange Binance revealed that it would be assisting Ukraine in its development of cryptocurrency legislation. This effort seems to have borne fruit after the Ukrainian Digital Transformation Ministry released a draft bill pertaining to the taxation of cryptocurrencies in the country. However, the involvement of Binance, if any, in the present development remains uncertain. But that's cool, man. I just want to see that countries all around the world are moving forward with bills and they're making sure there's regulatory framework so that we don't have the issue. And like, you know, what's going on right now with Telegram. They said that the SEC didn't really provide them with the proper information. They were ready, you know. Tezos, the French army is using Tezos blockchain. For 2 months now, the Gendarmerie Cybercrime Division of the French Army and the Gendarmerie Information and Public Relations Center has been expeditiously tracking down expenses incurred during the judicial investigations and recording them in the Tezos blockchain. The French Army has announced that since September 2019, they have been validating judicial expenses, including incurred during investigations, and recording them on the Tezos network. On-chain governance in Tezos. Tezos depend on smart contracts and dApps like in Ethereum. Can be run from its proof-of-stake consensus platform. Its smart contract is coded using the Michelson language, which facilitates formal verification. However, it's different that its governance is on-chain, allowing for self-amendment, as all stakeholders can participate in governance. Owners of XTZ coin, the native currency in the Tezos blockchain, can vote for changes, meaning contentious proposals can be agreed on without the risk of a hard fork. It's pretty cool. Hard forks get a lot of people up in a frenzy, you know. Bitcoin trading and custody will most likely soon be available on Fidelity Digital Assets platform. Fidelity Digital Assets has been given the green light of a license to both trade and short Bitcoin. The company charter will allow Digital Assets Arm to carry on with the launch of its custody service for institutional investors. Michael O'Reilly said the custody and trade execution service that we provide are essential building blocks for institutional investors. This is what we always needed. We needed one of the big boys to step up and take some responsibility. Say, you know what, we're gonna hold that coin. We're gonna hold some Bitcoin and we're gonna hold billions of dollars for our clients. You know, they probably. I mean, when you're gonna do that, you probably want to work through You want to work through all the pitfalls first. They've probably been testing it for the last 2 years, making sure people are hacking them, I hope. I mean, that's what I would do before I came out with this. I would be constantly just trying to hack myself. I would be paying hackers fees, prizes. If you can hack me, I'll give you 100,000, this and that. Bitcoin 811. Monero's website was hacked. I said this yesterday, but safety is the most important thing to my subscribers and everyone in the space. If you downloaded some of their software in the last 2 or 3 days, there's a chance that the binary files in there were malware. So it's strongly recommended that anyone who downloaded the CLI wallet from the website between May 18th, 2 a.m. and 4:30 p.m. to check the hashes of their binaries. If they don't match the official ones, delete the files and download them again. Do not run compromised binaries for any reason. All right, guys, watch your wallets. Research shows 0.2% of XRP transactions are illegal. whatever, but it's Elliptic, one of the leading crypto asset risk management solution providers in the world, found that less than 0.2% of all transactions on the Ripple network are tied to illicit activities. Now, human beings move and create actions. Money is part of our actions. When human beings do corrupt movements and, bad actors, so to speak, they're going to use money. How much money the American dollar is used in, illicit activities and, pejorative transactions? We could say it's probably far more than 0.2%. But I'm just saying, so that's kind of like a hand-in-hand statistic that will go with any currency or anything that a human being can use. For instance, a gun can sit there and protect you, but someone can use it in a horrible way. And I'm not making that comparison. Money is a little different than a gun, but it's up to us. We all have the ability to use whatever's given to us in a positive or a negative manner. And so to me, this is kind of an interesting statistic, but what is good is Elliptic employs a cutting-edge mechanism that allows it to distinguish money laundering patterns that are used by bad actors. Relying on this infrastructure, the UK-based company is confident that most transactions on the XRP ledger are legitimate. Yeah, so, and it is almost like a FUD. There was a FUD article that came out which said 400 million worth of XRP linked, and that was kind of the title. Now they changed it, or someone battled that with, let's not make this look a lot worse than it really is. It's not that serious. Yeah. Two years since the Bitcoin bubble, how easy is it to buy cryptocurrencies compared to 2017? This is interesting too, because I got a lot of people into it, and then they'd start trying to get it from me, and they'd say, this is ridiculous. I'm not opening an account, I'm not linking, I'm not doing all this stuff just to start going. And I realized that we need better adoption. That's why I wore the shirt last night. I went to an event where I knew people would be around, talking peace. Some people, it got brought up. People said, "Oh, you into Bitcoin?" I like to wear it when I go into the city and when I'm doing something, just kind of change up the flow. It becomes a talking piece. People definitely talk about Bitcoin. You can't get into it too much. You don't want to be that guy who talks everybody's ear off. But, I get into it a little bit. I find out if anyone else is into it. Last night I found a guy, his friend was telling him to buy it $9. He was just sitting there shaking his head. Bitcoin started trading in January 2017 around $973, and it enjoyed a combination of bullish tailwinds that caused its price to skyrocket to $19,000 by December. Wow, it went from 1,000 to... Whew. In March 2000, Cameron and Tyler Winklevoss, who are still some of the most prominent Bitcoin prominents and investors, saw their Bitcoin ETF proposal rejected. This caused the market to dip, losing about 30% on the news. I don't think that had anything to do. There was a lot of other news going on. However, it rebounds fairly quickly, and the price was once again above $1,000. By May, the price was already around $2,000, and weeks after it went past $3,000. This was precisely when major Wall Street analysts started to give their price predictions for Bitcoin. One of the first to speak on it was Sheba Jafari from Goldman Sachs, who managed to predict the move above $4,000. Later on in October, Bitcoin was trading above $5,000, and in November and December, the cryptocurrency was already doing major headlines. Bitcoin's performance dwarfed that of traditional financial assets, such as equities, precious metals, and real estate, among others. Many people were selling their stocks, selling their homes, and taking loans to buy Bitcoin to get a piece of the bullish crypto pie. After all, it's not every day you get to see an asset gain almost 2,000% in just a year. But it wasn't just Bitcoin that was increasing, and altcoins also made a killing back in 2017. Some of them even saw more notable gains. Ethereum, which is currently the second largest cryptocurrency, started trading at less than $8 and finished the year at around $700, went up to $1,200, making a staggering increase around 9,000 throughout 2017, just like Litecoin, 9,000%. Another popular cryptocurrency stood up was Ripple. Unlike a lot of other cryptocurrencies, Ripple went through two parabolic cycles in 2017. The first was March to May, in which increased 6,000% from 0.006 to 40 cents. The second one took place in November and December when XRP surged about 1,000, skyrocketing from 25 cents to $2.50. Not surprising at the peak of the 2007 bull run. All right, so not many people got the piece of the pie, how crypto market had evolved. So I just want to get into where we're going now. Cryptocurrency exchanges have matured, and there's new ones in town. Other established names in the field are Bitstamp, Kraken, Coinbase, OX, Polynex, Huobi, and Bitfinex, all above matured during the bubble. They hired more employees, especially customer support, and moved to bigger servers to prevent any downtime during peaks. Yeah, it's great that they got the liquidity to create the infrastructure, Futures physically settled and not. Back in December, the CBOE Global Markets launched Bitcoin futures contract, and it caused a massive shift in the industry. Since their contracts are cash settled, traders received opportunity to gain exposure to Bitcoin's price without actually owning the cryptocurrency. I believe this seriously hurt us. I remember the night it came out, I was going to get a family member into Bitcoin, and I said, let's just wait. It was at 17,000. And the next couple of days it went down to 13,000. It's almost like right when they created the futures. And I've even seen some articles, you can Google this, that, Trump and his economic team said they were single-handedly popped the bubble by creating this futures market. Kind of sad. Usually the first step into cryptocurrency investment world is to buy Bitcoin, where there are quite a few options to purchase it. The most convenient way, in a lot of cases, is to buy it with local currency from a local exchange. Over the past couple of years, people have received a lot more options to do just that. What is more is there also a serious growth in peer-to-peer venues such as local Bitcoins and Paxful. For example, Venezuela is a country with a distressed economy, and people are turning to cryptocurrencies to hedge their investments against the constant depreciating national currency. This is perhaps the reason for which volumes on local Bitcoins in Venezuela are constantly skyrocketing. So, should I take my Bitcoins down to Venezuela and sell them on local Bitcoin? I think that would be a good idea. Come back here, buy them cheap, go back there. So, I don't know. But yeah, the whole point of the story is we have so much more going on. Skeptics are more grossly underestimating the disruptive potential of cryptocurrencies in the long term. Yet in the industry has seen impressive growth in the last 2 years, and there's more regulatory clarity. It's easier to buy, sell cryptocurrencies, and sovereign nations are starting to endorse it publicly. Yeah, we're moving forward, man. Ethereum is reaching new highs. On the coin metrics, the number of Ethereum ERC 720 transactions has skyrocketed in the past week and recently hit more than 3.7 million. ERC 720 transfers in a single day. As it turns out, this number is more than quadruple the previous all-time high of 846,000 transfers, which was hit earlier in November, all thanks to God's Unchained Genesis card activation. I guess what happened was there's a popular game called Blitzchung, a competitive Hearthstone or there's a member called Blitzchung, a competitive Hearthstone player. He had $10,000 in prize money revoked after Blizzard banned him from playing competitive Hearthstone following an interview where he demonstrated support for Hong Kong's pro-democracy protesters. So it's he just wants to shed light to people that are, being oppressed, and boom. So Godchain capitalized on this by offering to reimburse him the lost winnings and offered to allow him to compete in the upcoming Gods Unchained tournament. Following this, the burst of interest helped Gods Unchained sell out its Genesis card allocation, which is in turn helping Ethereum break new records. These are Magic games, or sometimes these are online card games of some type. I'm not into any of this stuff, but it's really interesting to see that it sparked movement on the Ethereum network. 3.7 million transfers in the past week, or in a single day. As it turns out, this number is more than quadruple the previous all-time high. Things are moving with blockchain, if you can't see that. And, people want to say games, but games are part of life now. Kids are playing games every day. And with Wax and Engine Coin and things like that, we can actually extrapolate the monetary value out of a game. I think that's amazing. Yeah. This is that whole $400 million idea. But see how this one made it look scarier? Then when you looked at the other one, it said 0.2% of transactions, How gold will react to the Fed's interest rate move this week. That was an old article. XRP in a possible free fall as price test wedge supporting at 24 cents. These are old articles sometimes. They write them, and if we go and we can check our XRP ourselves, there's a lot of FUD articles, man. They grab one price movement, and I think they just need subscribers. So they run and create, So here we go. On the 12-hour, which is quite conservative, we're still in this falling wedge. We kind of broke down out of it, broke back into it. I could expand it and say that we're in it here like this, but I'd rather kind of stay true to what I had going, hit my 3 touches. Let's bring this one down just so you guys aren't learning bad habits because you want to be on candles. I think I drew this on a different time frame, so it shifts off when you do that. I always like to be on candles. This is very rarely I use a wick to draw any of my patterns. Yeah. So we're below all the moving averages. Horrible. When the 21 is crossed down, if 50 is crossed, it's just bad, man. Doesn't look good. Doesn't look good. Like, I don't want to tell you guys. We did have a cross here, but we're coming back now. There's no support right here. There's some support at 23. I mean, it's kind of scary. You could say right before this wick. So we did bounce off that line. That could be strong support there at 24. There's a chance it holds. There's a chance it does hold. I mean, held here. Look at it here. Bounced. Bounced. And we bounced off this line up right above it that I had going. And then bounce. Broke through. Bounce. Bounce. Strong support, as we can clearly see. Strong support. I hope it stays strong support. I do have a bag of XRP. Disclaimer. So, and sometimes I question if I should. Tezos at 121. It's kind of flagging now. We can build this flag. This is an older. I like to keep my older patterns, and then I come back and I see, you know, what's going on. But yeah, look at this. I mean, it was just in one of these recently, and it broke out of one. So, and this is on the daily, so it has, you know, strong confirmation. Usually it's the length of the pole on these marks. But yeah, we're still trying to get that 145 target. You buy the breakout. If this breaks out, it could come up. Could retest. It could come up. Look for a candle close above this trend line, and yeah, go to work. Let me just delete that. Delete that. And let's look at a lower time frame because it's so young we can't really see moving averages, and that's something I want to just take a gander at. So in this lower time frame, the 30-minute, as you can see, I drew this. I guess that's that same triangle. Isn't that cool how you draw a triangle in the daily, and then you go back, and it tends to like kind of almost work. Definitely have to realign it. It's not the same, but you know, you guys get the gist. This is a coin definitely worth looking at. I think every coin on my list is worth looking at that I've personally picked out just from different trading groups. Man, I'm in a few different trading groups, so some people will point things out to me. I'll find things out myself. I'll see a similarity in a coin that was pointed out to me in another coin that no one said anything about. Stuff like that. So we got a trend line here. Boom, boom, boom. This is looking bullish to me. Yeah. I would wait for a breakout of this triangle on XTZ. Anyone want me to go over a coin for them? We can do that as well. You know, dive in together and see what's crack-a-lacking, you know. But yeah, not crazy news today. I'm a little upset at myself for not taking profits, but I went to bed at like 2:45 and the coins boomed at 3:30 in the morning. It's like, damn it, you know, like Kava, why did you boom up to 146? Lost so many. I gave away portions, you know. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Now, what Bitcoin could spike. I had my pocket of time. Take your money, guys. Learn from me. Take your money immediately. You know, do what you have to do. So, yeah. That's it for the day. I think I'm going to go on live stream tonight as well. If there's time, maybe I'll double up today. Try to make up for that jumbledness in the beginning. I'm going to try to get into editing that right now and cutting that off the front so that the video still works. But thank you guys so much for watching. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. You can find out when I post my next video. And remember, crypto